Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're going to be looking at a question that most people either comment on videos or just wonder, is rent to rent actually illegal? You've probably seen TikToks, YouTube videos, and even some news articles saying that people are getting evicted, sued, or even taken to court because of rent to rent. And that leads people to believe that the whole business model is actually illegal. So in this video, I'm breaking down the real answer, simply, clearly, and based on my own experience of running a six-figure Airbnb business between the UK and Dubai, using the rent to rent model. So let's get into it. Firstly, let's look at why people think that rent to rent is actually illegal. Most of the horror stories that you hear come from people that try to run an Airbnb behind the landlord's back or done it without permission and without a proper tenancy contract in place. They had no permission, no agreement, no licensing, not even a business setup. When that happens, yes, it's illegal. People will be evicted, sued, and even taken to court. But that doesn't mean that the model in itself is illegal. It just means the way that they did it was illegal. So let's answer the main question. Is rent to rent illegal? The answer is no. It's not illegal. What is illegal is doing this business model without the proper agreements, permissions, and licensing in place. So let me break this down clearly from my experience. In the UK specifically, rent to rent is legal when you have the landlord's permission, you have a company let, or the contract specifically says that subleasing or running as a service accommodation is legal. The property meets any licensing requirements or regulations, and you operate it as a real business, not a side hustle or behind the landlord's back. In Dubai, it's a little different as it's more regulated. So you need the landlord's permission, you need a full company and trade license set up specifically for that business activity. You need holiday home permits from the Dubai Tourism Board. You need Najari in place, and you must register the property under the Dubai government's holiday home system. If you're doing these things correctly, it's 100% legal. The government knows, the landlord knows, and the builder knows. So everything runs smoothly. Now, here's when it is completely illegal. It's illegal when you sign a tenancy contract and you lie about doing it. So you act like you're a normal tenant and you put it on Airbnb behind the landlord's back. That's completely illegal. It's illegal if the property requires a license to operate as an Airbnb business and you don't have those licenses in place. And it's also illegal if you misrepresent yourself or breach the contract that you signed. This is the version where people lose money, get eviction notices, and ruin their reputations, and sometimes even brought to court and sued. But there's also a right way to do rent to rent, the way myself and my students do it. Here's what the legal version looks like. You sign a proper company let between yourself and the landlord, which states the landlord knows exactly what you're doing and he's fully on board with it. You register the property where needs be, you get the correct permits and licenses, and you run it like a real business. No secrets, no shady stuff, and no guessing. This is what allows you to build a profitable Airbnb and property portfolio from scratch without even owning the property. And you're doing it safely, legally, and professionally. Now, why do so many people do this wrong? Because they try to hack the system. They want all the perks and the money that comes with operating the business, but they don't want to put in the work to actually set up a real functioning business. And that's exactly why it fails. Rent to rent isn't a loophole, it's an actual business model. And like any real business, you need structure, systems, the right relationships, and the right contracts in place. When you have all of those things in place, rent to rent is the safest and most reliable way to make positive cash flow in 2025. So is rent to rent illegal? No, it's not. Doing it the wrong way or operating it behind the landlord's back is completely illegal. Doing it the right way can change your life completely. If you want help getting your first property up and running, I run a one-to-one mentorship program. If you found this video helpful, make sure to give it a like, subscribe to the channel, and drop a comment below if you want me to make more videos like this, breaking down the legal side of a rent to rent business. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.